How are we doing, people? It's Mark here from the Throwback store, and you are witnessing greatness. No, well, you are witnessing greatness, but you're witnessing episode. I'm going to say it's 13 because you've got a 13 in the background, but I can't remember what episode it is.
It is 13.
Is it?
It is, but it's a shall we say, without giving away too much, a double entendre. It's
Why?
a double 13. It's a double Harden.
Is it?
But we'll get to that.
It's a double hard on. Well, it's always a hard on when we're on the podcast. So whatever.
2 minutes in, lower to 10.
I know. I'm wearing 14, so I've the wrong episode. So, first topic. No, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm all right, mate, to be fair. Busy week at work. Standard shizzle.
You and me both. Just had a parcel.
I have just had literally pre-recording. Just as I was like, stop the recording.
Yeah.
Because it arrived, granted, a week early.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. The Clippers, Kawhi Leonard City edition is what he's holding up.
It's tiny, man. Like one blue sleeve, one red sleeve.
So, is that reference to the Bloods and the Crips? Is that what that is?
I mean, I think it's probably reference to just the Clippers colours.
So it's not the Bloods. I think it's the Bloods and the Crips. Like, I genuinely do. Yeah. I think I didn't notice that before, and only when you shown it me then, I thought, oh, that is actually quite dope. That red and blue, and then I thought, why red and blue? And then obviously with it being LA, the Bloods and the Crips. So possibly.
Well, we did mention, didn't we, about that kind of sort of going for that more
like
earthy, urban sort of LA approach.
Yeah.
And it's got that kind of like GTA sort of lettering. So who knows? I mean, it might have been the same with the white one. They might have had one blue, one red sleeve. But
they possibly had, but I don't remember.
Yeah, so that kind of puts. I think now I've got. I need to have a look, but I think I'm down to 3 teams out of the 30.
Who do you need?
I needed a Jazz.
Okay.
I did have a Jazz.
Oh yeah, you did.
I sold you a Spider.
Yeah.
But I think it just gives me an excuse to get that Jazz City jersey.
Oh yeah, that is.
And I need a Nuggets. Gives me an excuse to get that Nuggets City jersey.
Yeah, that Nuggets City jersey's dope. Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
Talking of loads of teams, Harden will pretty much go anywhere, won't he?
Do you know what I mean? It's like
anywhere.
Do you know when you do really bad negotiating, and you're like, "I'll give you 100," and they're like, "It's 500." You're like, "No worries. I'll give you 125." And they're like, 500. And then before you know it, they just keep saying 500. And Harden's like, I'll give you 510.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to go to a championship contender. I want to go to the Nets or Milwaukee.
Or Sixers.
I mean, all the Heat, all the Sixers. I mean, I think Hugh Hopkins said it perfectly. He's like, how long before it's, I want to go anywhere but here.
Yeah, I'll go.
He has basically shit in his hands and clapped.
Yeah,
like with his behaviour over the past week. Like he missed training camp entry. Too busy at Lil Baby's birthday.
Yeah, buying him a Richard Million.
He's now got
bands.
I think I read it. It was Shams or Wodge that he's got to complete 7 negative COVID tests before he's allowed into the Rockets bubble.
What the heck? He's going to look like a colander with all them holes in him.
You know what I mean? Like, so he doesn't want to be there. His buddy Westbrook's gone. Whether or not they were buddies, we don't know. Why he wouldn't want to give the whole John Wall experience a bit of a go. But equally, like, Harden's one of them players, like, that now it would just feel weird seeing them sit up for anybody else.
Yeah.
You know how uncomfortable it was seeing Westbrook in a Rockets jersey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
we're at that point
he's not
now,
really been a merc. He's not been a merc. Like, LeBron, in my opinion, is a merc. Like, he'll go where the money is. He'll go.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he can name his price. He's like, do you know what I mean? But, like, there's various, you can have a Miami, a Cleveland, the Lakers. He'll probably end up at the wherever Bronny gets drafted. You know, everyone's looking forward to that Sacramento Kings LeBron jersey.
Yeah, I know. Sacktown,
yeah. He'll probably change their name to the Sacramento King Jameses.
Yeah,
just to make himself feel better.
There we go. You heard it here first. Hot take. It's strange. It's strange that he's pretty much saying, I'll go anywhere at this point. He just wants out of Houston. When they've kind of put so much faith in his style of basketball, you'd think he'd repay that kind of... But, I don't know, loyalty...
But I mean, Daryl Morey's now at the Sixers.
Maybe
moves. All of the people... Do you know what I mean? Maybe all the people that he feels like he's got, you know, a connection to, a respect to, that have done him a favour, that have gave him big money, have shown the faith. Like, you know, D'Antoni's gone. Like,
Morey's gone.
Maybe he's just like, do you know what? Like, you've cleared house here. Like,
maybe it's happy to go to.
Like, you know, I've done enough to be known as one of the greatest Rockets players of all time.
Yeah.
I've won MVP. Like, you talk about best Rocket players ever.
Elijah.
Yes, we love Tracy. Like, yes, we love McGrady. But you're putting Harden in that shooting guard spot, and you're in an all-time 5. Like, he won an MVP.
Yeah, I know. I'm just biased, me, because T-Mac was...
Well, obviously, like, you remember T-Mac as a rookie because you're old as shit.
Yeah, I'm old as dirt. But T-Mac was nice. Let's not. But anyway, talking to somebody who wants out, somebody who's staying.
Yeah.
Is PG. Massive 4-year extension, 190 million. 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, 190 mil.
Can't play in the playoffs.
You know what that is? That's like, you ain't getting this money anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
it's 190 mil to hit the side of the backboard. I don't know. We all joke about Paul George. Let's not forget he's one of the best wings in the league. He's an elite two-way, like, guard forward, I'd say.
It's also worth noting that he's just not long done a podcast with your guy Matt Barnes and All the Smoke, and he's saying that he's back with his trainer that he won his most improved player with. He's made changes. Yes, this is a stereotypical. Your stock has fallen.
Yeah, you're a bit of a joke.
So do you know what? We're going to book you on one of the most hype podcasts.
Apart from ours.
Well, to be fair, but we'll announce it to the people. Paul George wanted to be on this podcast.
Well,
and quite frankly, shock horror, he couldn't find the link.
Yes.
So, chemistry issues, we'll call it. Like, so he's gone from there, and then it's like, let's talk about changing what you like.
Yeah.
And then you try and bring that sort of like, Operation Make PG an All-Star again is kind of...
He did
the Clippers, they're banking on him, aren't they?
Yeah, he did actually say, I'm with my trainer for my MVP season.
MIP.
Are you sure he said that? Are you sure he didn't say MVP?
MIP.
Because I don't remember him winning the MVP award. But maybe he said MIP, who knows? But he's probably one of the best two-way players in the league. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, they're the two that come to mind straight away for me. Kawhi Leonard, he's in that kind of category.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to think when he was still at the Pacers, like this was a guy that Bron wanted in Cleveland. That they wanted in Boston. There was, big talks about before him signing in OKC that he was gonna, like for his re-up season, he was gonna go to the Lakers. Like this is a guy that he was the free agency. He was like every year there's like that marquee guy, and that was Paul George. And I don't know whether he's just had a real bit of bad luck.
Yeah.
Like, he was at the Pacers, which he was a marquee star there, but at the same time, you turn up, you're a marquee star, like at the Pacers. Do you know what I mean? Like, Reggie Miller is a marquee star at the Pacers. He done fuck all.
Yeah, he didn't win anything.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to laugh the other day because the Pacers give out a championship belt to the player who deflected the most passes in practice. Like, do you know why they handed that out? Because nobody in Indiana has seen gold.
Yeah, for a long time.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so
time.
I'm not fully on the whole let's hate Paul George thing, but I'm also fully aware that it's a good narrative. He is a great player. He hasn't shown what he needs to show. And I mean, all fairness, I'd love to see him. I'd love to see the Clippers, him and Kawhi dominating, the West this season, and the Lakers being pushed. But we don't know.
Yeah, the thing with Paul George, I'm always happy to see players get paid because that's something that, like, always kind of sticks in my mind. Is that season when Isaiah Thomas was, I think he was second or third in MVP voting when he was with Boston, and then he got traded and he missed his big payday, and I always thought that was shit. So when you see like the likes of Tatum getting the big extension, Paul George getting a big extension, especially coming off his broken leg and all that stuff, do you know what I mean? I'm glad he's secured the bag, and I'm glad he's got his money. He is one of the best two-way players in the league. I just think last season you're probably looking at chemistry issues, a lot of new parts, a lot of moving parts coming into a new organisation. New moving parts this season as well with Montrezl Harrell leaving, new coach coming in. But I'm happy. I'm happy for him, and I hope that we all want a Clippers Lakers Western Conference Finals, don't we? So
I do now, because then I can wear this.
Yeah, that's what we all want. I think it's going to be the Nuggets, but that's what we all want. So, but sticking with the Western Conference, kind of ish, maybe. LeBron. Well, Kyrie said some things about LeBron. Well, said some things about KD that kind of threw shade on LeBron. He said that he's glad he's playing with a player now that can make the same shots that he makes in the clutch, or words to that effect. And LeBron, as he does, as a lot of NBA players do now, kind of wanted to speak on that. He spoke about a lot of things. He spoke about his championship. He also said that the two championships he won, the one in 2016 and the one in 2020, were the two most difficult championships in NBA history, is what he said, because he in 2016 he was playing the best team statistically in NBA history, coming off Steph Curry having been a back-to-back MVP, and then last season in the bubble he was explaining how difficult that was. So he mentioned that in the same interview, and then spoke on Kyrie, and he didn't really have anything bad to say. He was just kind of saying, like, when he was in Cleveland, and Richard Jefferson kind of nodded because he was there too. He was saying he wanted Kyrie to be the MVP of the league. Everything he was doing was for Kyrie. But at the same time, let's not forget that LeBron, although this narrative goes around that LeBron's not clutch, LeBron is clutch. LeBron is one of the most statistically clutch players in NBA history. If not, he scored more points in like buzzer beaters in playoff history. So I don't know how more.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? We'll talk about clutch. Great, okay. So you want a clutch player? Like, why do you want KD? Why don't you want TJ McConnell?
Why don't you want TJ McConnell?
Like,
tell me.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's super clutch. Like,
yeah.
in 2 seasons, he led the league in game-winning shots. Do you know what I mean? In fourth quarter shots. Like, why don't you want Because the reason you don't want TJ McConnell is because KD's a better player than him.
Exactly. And that's the reason why. And LeBron's better than KD.
Do you know what I mean? Like, LeBron James is LeBron James.
Let's not. There's not really much else you can say about that. I did see.
There isn't. Like,
it's a bit mad. I did see the ESPN. This isn't one of the topics that we was going to talk about, but I thought while we're talking LeBron and KD, put some respect on KD's name, by the way. That ESPN list, putting KD as the 6th best player in the league, is insane, with Doncic above him.
I mean, to be fair, like that ESPN 100 list is the biggest steaming bag of shit I've known to man.
Yeah,
but I think it was Mo, Hoop Genius. He said it. Genius. Every year, release a 1 to 100 list, get people to disagree with it, brings out content, drives traffic, immediately gets people to go on it. We know the 1 to 100 list is pish. Like,
but putting KD,
it's as simple as that.
Putting KD,
do you know what I mean? Like,
mad.
KD 6, Westbrook somewhere like 27th, and having someone, and no hate, but having someone like Jason Tatum higher up than Westbrook.
I know.
Like
I do
yes,
understand
Tatum
it. I understand.
Is going to be an all-star.
I understand players.
Westbrook is fucking Jesus.
I know. I do understand that players are on decline and players are on the way up, but you've got to judge people on where they are. Like, Luka Doncic is one of the best players in the league. I completely understand this, but last season, KD didn't play, so they're going to drop him back a little bit. But to 6th, so you're saying there is no world that, like, Luka Doncic is better than Kevin Durant. Obviously, we don't know what Kevin Durant's coming back, but come on. So you're putting AD at number 2. How are you putting, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. They've just put LeBron and AD there because they've just won a championship. But I don't understand how it's working. And then Giannis in at 3, although he didn't really do much in the playoffs. I don't know. But he was the MVP of the league.
Well, why isn't Jimmy Butler number 3?
Well, exactly. It's crazy. It's craziness. But hey, that's what the list's for. So people, idiots like us, will speak about it. Some good news.
Fuck ESPN.
Yeah, some good news. And talking to players getting the bag, Trae Young getting a signature shoe. We did speak about players that should have a signature shoe that haven't, and Trae never got brought up. And then here we are, 10 episodes later, potentially, and Trae is getting his signature shoe. We should have mentioned him because he's big name, isn't he?
You sign with a certain brand,
short, don't they, with the signature shoes? I just find Adidas just fall short with it.
Like, if you sign a signature deal, or you sign a deal with a shoe brand, you sign with Nike, you know you've got them shit hot to get a signature shoe.
Yeah.
You sign with Adidas, you've just got to be known.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
but it's the quality of shoe.
And I don't mean
it's like Donovan Mitchell.
Like Harden deserves a signature shoe.
Lillard deserves
without a doubt.
A signature shoe.
Lillard deserves a signature shoe. Coming off that season, Donovan deserved them, and whatever. But then there's just players that have just kind of seeped into the gap where you're like, why haven't they got one?
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about Donovan got one, then why didn't Jaylen Brown get one? Like,
Benson.
before you know it, like, you're giving out shoes to Adidas athletes. Like, why did Joel Embiid not have one? Like, it's whatever. Like, I don't know what it'll look like.
I know. Probably
it'll terrible. Probably be. I generally think most of the Adidas ones look the same.
Yeah, they do. There's not much to it.
Like, there's a same kind of archetype to, like, all of them. Like, it's.
I don't really particularly. I don't mess with the Adidas signature shoes all that much. Like I say, you've got like the PGs, the Kyries, the LeBrons, the KDs. Like, all those are really, really good signature shoes. Like I love all them and all the different styles and all the different types. But like, Adidas just falls short for me. They just fall short. Similar to kind of like in the 90s. I loved the Iversons just because I was an Iverson fan, but like, nobody else really did it with Reebok. Like, they tried Steve Francis. Like, they tried everybody. Even Adidas, like in the early 2000s, when they tried it with Dwight Howard, with the Adidas, and that didn't work, and KG, and it just didn't cut it. So I just think Adidas falls short with that. So I'm not really.
There's probably only like 3 players in history that Adidas have smashed a SIG shoe for.
Kobe.
And that was like the Kobe. You can argue Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
because like, he's still, he's just released the Derrick Rose 10.
Yeah, and he's still getting paid, as is his brother from Adidas.
Yeah, $100K a year for his brother.
Yeah, hey, you get the bag. Another bit of new news for the guys at Nets UK or UK Nets, Nets UK Nets, both.
UK Nets.
Elliot.
Yeah.
Nets' new sponsor, Motorola, following in the Pacers' footsteps. How does that work as well? Like, can 2 teams have the same sponsor?
Probably. I can't see why not.
I've never. But then you look at what if, like, it opens it up to being a monopoly then, doesn't it?
It does, but
you know what I mean?
Who cares?
Yeah, well, if everybody's getting paid, it'll just be like Nike, won't it? Nike will sponsor the jersey, and I don't know, fucking Google or somebody of that Facebook.
But wouldn't you, if you were like a mega arsehole and you were Steve Ballmer, wouldn't you buy the rights to the Lakers jersey and have Microsoft on it?
Yeah, definitely.
While owning the Clippers.
Well, 100.
Have the opposite team sponsored by, like,
Drake.
This is the first.
Drake.
This is the first year that.
Go on.
I think this is the first year that the sponsors are up for renewal. So, like, you've got the Celtics have gone from being, I forget what their one was, but
with Vistaprint now.
It's now it's Vistaprint. You've got obviously the Suns are still with PayPal.
Yeah, I think worse than StubHub. I don't think StubHub's changed for the Sixers.
Yeah, you're still with StubHub. OKC have got a new one, I believe. The Lakers have got a new one.
Theirs was a bit mad.
Lakers have got a new one. So now you're seeing, like, what I'd call, like, the second generation of Nike jerseys.
Yeah.
So, like, we had the first gen where we had sponsors on them. If you got, like, bought one from the arena,
yeah.
And even the Heat have got a new sponsor as well now as well. So,
have they?
Like, if you've got a Heat jersey that had the ultimate display,
yeah,
Ultima, like, now there's another, another range that have got, a different jersey, so.
It's mad, isn't it?
Like,
it's good. Like,
it's good because it brings money to the league.
Yes. And that's why players like Paul George are benefiting from these huge contracts that they're getting. So if these players are getting paid, that's all I want to see. I just want to see the best players getting paid. I just want to see people doing well, helping the families, helping the communities. And that's what, like, 90% of these NBA players do, whether you see it or don't see it. Like, obviously you see a lot with LeBron, but then Kyrie's quite quiet with what he does with his money.
Yeah, and and on a flip of, obviously, we talked about Kyrie in some of his comments. The guy gave almost $1 million in food and benefits to various different efforts and humanitarian aid over the coronavirus pandemic. Yes, there's some assholes out there that are going to say, but he's a millionaire.
But they said it about Rashford. They said it about
I'll tell you what, like, you donate 20% of your salary for the week to charity. Because you know what? You fucking don't. So
yeah, exactly.
Suck your cake, Cole. But kind of on the sponsors thing, like, yeah, if people are getting paid, that's wicked. The sponsor's got to fit the jersey. Like, do you know what I mean? It's got to look like it's not obvious. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it being glaring and in your face that, like, you know, fucking turkey bob.
Yeah.
And a giant pink fucking turkey.
Yeah.
On a black jersey. Do you know what I mean?
It's nice having all the different ones is what I was kind of trying to get at. It's nice everybody having something different. Like, I think when you start monopolising it, it becomes similar to the Nike deal. If kind of Motorola have got two teams and then they better get another one. And then, do you know what I mean? Then other teams start getting the backup, other sponsors. They start trying to negotiate. But I suppose whoever's getting the most money, it is what it is.
The one that made me laugh was somebody was like, Yeezy are attempting to sponsor the Chicago Bulls.
Perfect.
And I was like, what a beautiful pipe dream that will never happen. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. That's Yeezy. He's not going to sponsor anybody because he's a lunatic.
He's a bit mental, isn't he?
Yeah, but in the best possible way. Most geniuses are. So that's just Kanye, isn't it? I think we're done with all our subjects. Am I lying? Oh, no, ugliest jersey. Ugliest jersey. Yeah. Going from the Nets sponsor to the Nets jersey. The Basquiat jersey, I think, if that is his name. I think that's the jersey that I think's the worst. But Elliot, I spoke to the other day, he's just recently got the authentic version and he said the quality's great. But I just don't like it. Although I do like on the jock tag at the bottom, it's got a little crown over it, which is cool. It's a cool touch. But I think that's probably the ugliest jersey this season, in my opinion.
I mean, the ugliest is the Knicks City jersey. but it has been designed by Ronnie Feig from Kith. So apparently the Authentics, so I think it was the Knicks released it or Ronnie Feig did. The Authentic is going to be reversible. And instead of saying Knicks, it's going to have the Knicks logo here, and it's going to say Kith.
Yeah, I seen that. Did Mo pop that up? Was it Mo?
Yeah, so that's basically going to make that Knicks jersey sellable. But generally, the ugliest jersey is that jersey.
The round one.
It's hideous. Yeah. Like, it's just, like we said in the previous pod, even the NBA didn't want to acknowledge it. The Knicks didn't want to acknowledge it.
It's just a bit mad, innit? It's just a bit mad that the Knicks did that. But I'm going for... So we're sticking in New York, aren't we, with the ugly jerseys, is what we're doing. We say New York have messed up. Sixers, I'm not going to say jerseys the best, by the way. But I just think the Nets, for me, is probably the worst.
Fair play.
So we will go to... questions. Yes, questions.
Sharp.
We had a few. I'm just going to probably do two.
It's almost like the mention of you can win a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Has inspired questions.
Yeah, so Milko did get in touch with me regarding the T-shirt. I'm going to get that sent out in the next couple of days. And again today, whoever has the best question has the potential to win a T-shirt. So the first one I'll use is, from Melvi. He did mention stuff about 2K, but the question he asked was top 5 basketball films of all time.
Okay. Do you want to do your 5 and then I'll do my 5, or?
I'll do my 5.
Go on then.
He Got Game. White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah.
Above the Rim. Space Jam. And Coach Carter.
Fair enough.
I've probably
Is that in any precise order?
White Men Can't Jump's number 1.
Is that any specific order or just generally 5?
White Men Can't Jump's number 1, and then the other 4 you can play some wherever you want. That depends how I'm feeling, but White Men Can't Jump is always going to be number 1.
Okay, so High School Musical.
Oh, brilliant! What a day! Bloody Zach, what a guy!
I'm joking. Obviously, Space Jam.
Yeah.
White Men Can't Jump. Coach Carter.
Yeah.
He Got Game.
Yeah.
And the last one, Glory Road.
Oh, great film. Brilliant film. So we're pretty much the same. I went with Above the Rim. You went with Glory Road. So, yeah, great question. Very easy to answer, though. I think with films and stuff like that, you kind of already have that in your head. What your favourite films are. An interesting question from Sam Blake was, hello, fellas. So my question, you've done the best 5 in a starting lineup. So what would be the worst 5 players in a starting lineup? Any era, any position, pick your best, worst 5. So the best, worst 5 players. It's hard, isn't it? It's a hard question. But I have players in my head that I like.
But they're bad.
Yeah. Like high draft picks that were bad. Do you know
like Anthony Bennett?
Like Anthony Bennett, like Sean Bradley, like Kwame Brown, Darko Milicic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's all those guys, like those kind of people who you could. It's hard to name a really bad starting 5 because there's players who averaged like minimally in the league. Do you know what I mean? Like the average, like 1 point a game.
Which, do you know what?
Jahlil Okafor.
Like, it's the NBA, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all fantastic players.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
So
you're basically picking the worst diamonds out of a bag of diamonds.
Yeah.
And comparing them to fucking potatoes.
Yeah, because the players that have gone from the league to play in Europe or have gone to play in China have absolutely killed it anywhere else they've played. So, I think trying to name a starting 5, probably a favourite one would just be like of the ones that I've named, like Darko Milicic is always one that makes me laugh because I'm sure they give up. They didn't pick Bosch, or they didn't pick Wade, or they didn't pick Melo. Was he number 2? Was LeBron 1, Melo 2, he 3? Or was he 2,
I think so, yeah.
Melo 3?
I can't remember.
I can't remember which way round it went.
He won a ring.
They give up Wade.
He won a ring.
He did win a ring. But yeah, so many players, terrible players. But like I say, I always look at high draft picks that haven't reached that potential is what I'll always look at.
Yeah.
So last question is from Milko Sterev again. So my question for the next episode is, how would you build your perfect basketball player? What I mean is, who would you choose for your skill? Number 1, handles. Number 2, quickness. Number 3, strength. Number 4, mentality. Number 5, playmaking and IQ. Number 6, athleticism. So if we start with handles, who would you choose for handles?
Jamal Crawford.
Good one. Kyrie for me. Everybody be interested to say, why didn't you choose Iverson? Because I just think Kyrie is the evolution of Allen Iverson. I think Kyrie's handles, some of the best. So for me, I'm going with Kyrie. You're going with Crawford.
Yeah.
Quickness.
Dwayne Wade.
I was going to say Dwayne Wade.
It's a flat for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah. And like other players, Westbrook is very, very quick. But I was going to say Dwayne Wade. So I'll go Kyrie, Wade. Strength, Bron.
Yeah.
LeBron James is so strong. Well, probably mentality. You're going to say Kobe. I'm going to say Jordan.
Yeah.
Playmaking and IQ.
Oh, see, that's a hard one, you know. I'm going to go for... KD.
Playmaking and IQ, KD. I'm going to go for Magic Johnson. Is who I'm going to go for. And the last one is athleticism. Now, this one is open to interpretation because if you're building a player, the most athletic players like Derrick Jones Jr., Gerald Green, James White, these are all players who aren't necessarily the best players in the league, but probably the most athletic players in the league. You know what I mean? A young Amari Stoudemire was incredibly athletic. Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan. But my one is somebody who I mentioned will be, for athleticism alone, will be Gerald Green, because I've never seen anybody jump like he jumps.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mine is the Fresh Prince himself, Ben Simmons.
Oh, okay. Very athletic player. I like that. Repping my city.
So to confirm, I've got Jamal Crawford's handles.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade's speed.
Yeah.
LeBron's strength.
Yeah.
Kobe's mentality. KD's playmaking.
And Ben Simmons'
athleticism.
And I've got Kyrie's handles, Dwayne Wade's quickness, LeBron's strength, Jordan's mentality, Magic Johnson's playmaking, and Gerald Green's athleticism. Get out of it. You're not beating mine. One-on-one. Smashed. Write in the comment section who you think's won this. Whose player would win in a one-on-one. I want to see that. In fact, I'll probably trim this little section down and throw it on Instagram and Twitter as well and see what people think. Throw a bit of a poll up. See whose players win one-on-one.
I think mine.
And well, of course you do, but you're lying, aren't you? So it is what it is.
Just to say, Captain Sixers picked 0 Sixers players.
I know.
Or players that even fucking smelt Philly.
They smelt like Philly. At least you picked Kobe as well as Ben Simmons. Somebody from Philly and somebody who plays in Philly. So, yeah. We're done. Another episode gone. Another one dusted. Number 13, unlucky for some. Not us, because that was a great episode. Really enjoyed that. And we will see you on the next one.
What are we doing about the T-shirt?
Nobody's getting it because all your questions were shit. Okay. I'm only joking. We can't give it Milko again because he's already got one.
Yeah.
I did like that question. But I like the question 5 basketball films. Melvy. I think
Melvy's got it.
I think we'll send Melvy the t-shirt. So Melvy, drop me a message, whether it's on Twitter, Insta, somewhere where you can give me your address and everybody doesn't see it. And yeah, I nearly finished then without giving a t-shirt away. Ginger Shaq stopped me in my tracks. So Melvy.
Save the day for you people.
Yeah. And shout out to all the Throwback Store affiliates who have been using the 10% codes on all social media. Big up to all you. Melvy being one of them with UK Suns. G-Shack being one of them with being part of the NBA UK fans gang. So I appreciate you guys massively and everybody.
And I am just going to dip in a quick plug. NBA UK fans, we have just released 2 mugs.
Yeah.
One's got our logo in Bulls colours with MJ on it. The other's got our logo in Lakers colours with Kobe on it. Mugs are £8 each, 2 for £12.
Fantastic.
Perfect stocking fillers. Sort out your man, sort out your nan, sort out your gran.
Nan, gran, man, either way, we're done. Episode 13. See you next time. Peace.
Ciao, Bella.